Hi, welcome here. My name is Michaela. I'm a wife, a mom, and a knitter from British Columbia, Canada, and this is Galanthus Knits. Hello, welcome back. Welcome to my kitchen. You haven't been here yet, but my house is not that big, and we're cycling through all of the corners that I think might be a nice background. But I'm also in the kitchen because I'm making my daughter some lunch. She is playing at my feet at the moment, so if you hear her talking or crawling or whatever, I'm sorry. This is life. So yeah, hopefully there won't be too much interruption. I just wanted to quickly check in and do a little update before Flock Fiber Festival because if you saw my previous video, my most recent video, then you'll know that I was knitting the Corin cardigan to probably wear at the festival. I've changed my mind about that. I haven't frogged it yet. I still might finish it, but I don't think I want to wear it at Flock. So yeah, this video is a little bit of a surprise. I'm doing something completely different. So I'm just here to talk about it before I finish it up. I want you to be a little bit part of the process. So yeah, so the reason I decided not to complete the Corin cardigan before Flock was just because it was very heavy. The yarn, the gauge that it calls for is quite a heavy gauge. It's kind of a DK to worsted weight yarn, and I didn't really want to be wearing that. Also, the projected forecast for that weekend of Flock it's said to be like about 30 degrees, so I didn't really want to wear something of like a worsted weight at the festival. So I decided to completely start something different, and that is to design my own vest, which of course I chose now to do something that I've never done before when I have a little bit of a time limit. So I looked online. I was gonna do just like a regular, I know vests are kind of in style right now, and I wanted it sort of to be like a cardigan vest with a tie in the front. I know that like the My Honey vest and the Lonely Leftovers vest were quite popular last year and maybe this year as well. I wanted that kind of style, but not quite those vests. So I went on Ravelry and I was looking up different types of vests that I kind of wanted to look into, and I didn't really find anything that fit exactly what I was envisioning, so I decided to design my own. And I've never designed anything from scratch. I've modified a ton of patterns before, but I've never done it completely, like just myself. So this is the first time, and so far it's working out all right. I will show you the process a little bit and what my progress is like. This is my little chart that I made for myself. So as you can see from the page, I wanted it to be a sort of cardigan vest that has some shaping so that it's a V-neck, but then also the bottom kind of opens up a little bit. And I am calling it the Swallowtail vest because the color that I'm knitting it in, I'm using Knitting for Olive Merino in the color Dusty Honey. This is the very first time that I've used Knitting for Olive yarn at all, and so far I'm really liking how it works up. It feels a lot like Sadness Garn Sunday to me. It feels quite similar to that, I think. But so far I really like it. But this color was just like calling to me. I love this yellow. And the kind of motif that I wanted to do, I'm doing like a lace motif here, sort of like these little V's that are going upwards, and that reminded me of swallowtail butterflies, which we have in this area in British Columbia, in coastal British Columbia, and I haven't seen that many this year. I saw tons last year, so I don't really know what the reason is that this year there aren't that many. Bubbles? Really? Okay. But anyways, the color plus the motif reminded me of swallowtail butterflies. So I'm calling this the Swallowtail vest. I don't know if I'm going to release it as a pattern. I've never done this before, and it's a nice vest, but I don't know that I want to go to the trouble of grading it. I'm not sure. I'd want to release it. If I ever released patterns, I would want to do it so that it has a good size range, but I don't know how to do that. And the math of trying to figure out all of this was actually giving me a lot of grief. So I'll show you my progress so far. So I'm knitting it bottom up, and that is not my preferred way to knit a garment, but this motif just couldn't work backwards. The way that I wanted the stitches to lay, the way that I wanted the decreases to, go the direction I wanted them to go into, it just wasn't working the other way around. I did try it. I knitted a couple swatches. Actually, I'll show you my swatch. So this is my swatch, knitting for Olive, and my gauge was pretty spot on for what knitting for Olive calls for. So it is 28 stitches by 38 rows on 3mm needles to create the correct gauge. So I'm knitting this on 3mm needles. I have a pretty strict deadline because it needs to be done by flock. Today is the 1st of August, and flock starts on the 9th of August. So I have a little less than a week and a half to complete and then block this so that I can wear it at flock. I have started it and frogged it 3 times. So it's a trial and error kind of thing. And it's not perfect. I think it's okay. Like right now, I'm liking the way that it's working out, but there are some things that I'm like, oh, I could have done that differently. But this is my first time, and I'm giving myself a lot of grace for this. And I have a strict deadline. So as you can see, there are 2 lace motifs running up the back, and then a lace motif on either side of the front. So it'll lay kind of like that on my body. I can't really try it on for you, but my hope is that at the end, the swallowtail lace motif at the front and at the back will line up to meet each other up at my shoulder. So that's the goal. I think I'm just gonna do a Kitchener stitch at the top so that it looks quite clean. There's my chart again, just for reference. Yes, duck. That's a duck. Good job. Guck. Guck is duck. And yeah, I think it's working out. To finish it up, I'm going to be doing I-cord edging kind of around the whole thing. So around the V-neck, and then all the way around the bottom, like as it swoops down that way. And then it will be an I-cord tie, kind of where those increases and decreases meet, where the V's kind of meet each other. Flower, did you say flower? Flower, good job, sweetheart. What is this? Knit? Knitte. Knitte. We're trying with knit, but knitte. Good job, Eloise. Oh, yes, your sweetheart. Okay, so the other kind of, one of the hiccups that I came into, I'll tell you the reasons why I ended up frogging it 3 times. So the first time I realized that the swallowtails were not going to line up in the front and the back, so I had to redo the math for that. Flower, good job, sweetheart. And the second time that I knitted up, it was way too big, which is kind of nice if you have to frog something and start over again, that it's too big and then you can start again with less stitches, as opposed to the other way around where you feel like you have a lot more work if it's too small. So that was okay. And then the third problem that I came into is that I wasn't really doing my increases in such a way that the shaping shaped the way that I wanted it to. So maybe I'll just put actually a picture of the chart right here so that I can talk. You can see my face at the same time as I'm talking about this. But as you can see, the bottom of the vest is meant to be swooping kind of like this. So swooping the, how would you say that? The rounded edge is on the outside. And then for the V-neck, I want the rounded edge to go inwards. Does that kind of make sense? So they're different. Yeah. They're in different directions. So when I first started knitting it, I noticed that the way that I was increasing was making the vest kind of shape like this rather than like this, the way that I wanted it to go. So then I frogged it and I kind of rewrote my pattern a little bit because I am keeping track of what I'm doing, so that it would swoop in the way that I wanted it to and look the way that I wanted it to. And I almost didn't do that because I was like, I don't know if I can, if I frog one more time, I don't think I can finish it on time for flock. But I think it was a good decision because I really like the way that it's turning out, and I'm knitting it faster now because I'm actually more confident in the way that it's working. So it worked out actually, so far. So now I'm working on the back of it. And then once I complete the back to the length that I want it to be, I'm going to do one side of the front, and then I'll do the other side of the front, and then the I-cords will finish up. So wish me luck. I think I'm going to give myself 4 more days of knitting so that I have like a day to a day and a half to do the I-cord edge, and then like a day and a half to block and dry it. I think I can do it. I hope I can do it. Yeah, so I will update you probably in a couple days to show you the progress that I am making, and then hopefully I can have this also edited and posted right before I leave for flock. So, yeah.
The places that I've been, the faces mine offense, fumbling, and though with murky miles ahead, the fate sings softer there, humming slow, though hurry in the dark. I hear them calling when it starts.
Hey, hi, hello. I'm just sitting at my desk working on the Swallowtail vest, and it's cutting it close. Tomorrow I leave for Flock Fiber Festival, and I don't know if I'm going to make it. I have a little bit of time tonight to work on the vest, and then I need to block it before we go. Or maybe I should block it right before we leave, and then I can let it dry, air dry in the car. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I've done the I-cord edging on the sides. Sorry, I'm trying to be quick. Of like the armholes. And then I've just started the edging around the body here, but it's taking so long. So we'll see if I actually make it or not. I really hope I do. Yeah, anyways, I have to run. Hello, so we are leaving for Flock today. It is Thursday, the 8th of August, and flock starts tomorrow. There's classes tomorrow, which I'm attending one of them, and then the market day is Saturday. So, update on the Swallowtail vest. It's not finished, but I have quite a few hours of driving time to work on it down to Seattle later. So I'm not going to be driving, my husband will, and there's at least, I think it will take us at least 3 hours to get down to Seattle and crossing the border and stuff. So I have confidence that I can actually finish it on time. And then I'll just block it in the hotel. It should dry quite quickly. It's very hot outside. I don't think I should have an issue. So I don't think I'll be able to wear it tomorrow to the class. But Saturday to the market day, I think I'll manage. I'll manage to have it finished by then. So it looks a bit raggedy because it's not been blocked, obviously. I finished the I-cord edging along the sides here, and then the sides of the bottom, the edges of the bottom. I haven't finished the I-cord edge from the top and then the tie part. I have started on the tie, and then I'll attach it and then finish the top edging. So this is how it looks. I have tried it on, and I think it probably could stand to be a little bit bigger, but I'm hoping the blocking will just kind of make it lay a little bit better. And I don't hate it. It's like, it's not got a lot of positive ease, but it's still really nice. It's lovely, and I'm very proud of it nonetheless, even if, like, perhaps if I did it again, I would have done things a little bit differently, but that's just how it is when you're doing something for the first time. Like, there's always things that you could have done differently. Okay, so it's on. Obviously it doesn't have the ties, it's not blocked, and there's still needles in it, but I'm pretty happy with the fit. I like how far it goes down. It kind of goes to my natural waist. And then once the ties and everything, I think it will just look a lot better once it's blocked and has everything finished, but it definitely doesn't have a lot of positive ease, which is, at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. I am very happy with it. I'm quite proud of my progress, and that I figured all of this out by myself. I've just never done anything like this before. Not completely from scratch, so I feel quite happy about it. I feel very grateful to be going to Flock this year and to be potentially meeting a lot of other knitters and just gaining a bunch of knowledge from other people that I don't have. So yeah. Also, yesterday I had a very weird day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen like some of the reasons why it was weird, and I won't share every reason why it was, but two things that happened. I was trying to, I was running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to get everything done for packing and whatever, and I still have stuff to do now, but I went outside to wait for a package to arrive. Where we're living, it's just not very it's not very easy for people to deliver packages. So when I know that one's arriving, I just kind of wait around the front. So my daughter was asleep, so I went outside to go knit and wait for this package to arrive. And while I was sitting there, a snake slithered into my knitting bag. So I reached in to grab something, and then there was a snake in there. It was just a garter snake, and I got startled. It got startled. I dumped it out of my bag, and then I kind of like followed it to the bush just so I could look at it. And then I moved myself because I was kind of near tall grass. So I was like, oh, I'll just go to the other side of the driveway. And then I started hearing rustling around in the forest behind our fence, like behind our backyard. And so I look over my shoulder, and there's a bear perched like up over the fence, like looking over the fence, about to crawl over. A black bear. And so I just got up and I shouted at it, and I was like, no, get out. We have had bears in our yard before, but never when I've just been outside. I've always seen them from the window, or I'll see them like walking the perimeter of the fence, but not actually climbing. I've never seen one climb over the fence like I did this one. So, and I was right there. So yeah, I shouted at it to get back, and it did. It went back into the woods, but yeah, very exciting. Just trying to finish my vest, and it feels like nature is against me a little bit with the snake and the bear, but it's all part of, I guess, the little hiccups that happen along the way. Kind of exciting, kind of fun. I enjoy animal encounters for the most part. So anyway, I'll update you later, possibly on the drive down to Seattle. Later today, we're leaving in about 2 hours. So I have lots to do.
And go, they'll find you in the glen. The horsemen closing in, rumbling, roll, and the wilder blows the wind into the river, raging wide. I'll start again.
Hello, I'm back from Flock. I had intentions to post this video before I went, but I didn't get my vest finished on time to have it posted before. And then I was gonna maybe post it in the hotel room in Seattle, but the Wi-Fi was not good, especially not good enough to upload a YouTube video. So I'm back home. It is Monday the 12th of August, so I got home last night from Seattle, and yeah, I will do another video talking about my experience at Flock and everything that I bought and just how it all went. But as you can see, I'm wearing the Swallowtail vest. I did finish it the night before, and I blocked it and it dried super quickly, thankfully. And I was able to wear it on the Saturday market day. And I had a really good time. A lot of people came up to me asking me what the pattern was, and so it was, I don't know, quite special to be able to say, like, actually I designed it myself and it's my first time doing this. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. There are definitely a few things that I probably would change if I were to make it again, but this is my first attempt at doing something like this. So obviously there are going to be things that I want to change. I will insert a video of me properly showing off the vest. I did take a video at Flock of me wearing it with the dress I was wearing at the convention. But I had to do that. It was kind of an awkward filming situation because I don't really want to be filming in front of a lot of people, and there was someone coming up the escalator, so I had to be quick. So I did take another video just to show you what it looks like properly at home where I'm more comfortable filming. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I think I already said that. But yeah, just a few things I will say about it that I would change for the future is that I would make it a bit bigger. It is a little bit small on me. Not like it fits my body, but I like to wear kind of like looser smock dresses, and so it kind of feels like it's squishing that loose fabric underneath it a little bit. And so, like, as you can see, it's kind of coming out weirdly. It probably doesn't matter that much, but I probably would prefer it to be a bit looser. I would make the straps a bit thicker so I wouldn't decrease as much, but I would also have increased more there so that the vest actually comes together a bit nicer, because I feel like there's quite a big gape. Yeah, it's the two sides sit quite far apart from each other, and I feel like I would have probably enjoyed it wearing it more if they came a bit further or a bit closer together. So I would have done more increases as I came towards where the tie meets, and then I would have done less decreases as I was doing the V-neck so that you get like a wider strap. But other than that, I'm really happy with it. The Kitchener stitch at the very top makes it look quite seamless. So you can see this is where the back motif meets the front motif, and this is where I use the Kitchener stitch to graft the stitches together. And there's like no seam there. So I'm really happy with the way that worked out. The I-cord edging, it took forever to do, so it took way longer than I thought it was going to take. And I did have to rip back a couple times because I find that with I-cord edging, you have to pick up stitches along the side and then work the I-cord. And you have to pick up more stitches than you think you do, at least in my mind. So I didn't pick up enough stitches at first and it was kind of cinching in. So yeah, just something to keep in mind for myself for the future, but also if you have not worked I-cord edging before, I find that you have to pick up more stitches than you think you do. So yeah, that's my final update on the Swallowtail vest. I hope you have enjoyed kind of coming along with me a little bit, seeing some of the places that I knit in, and yeah, coming to Flock. And yeah, I will be filming a video probably tomorrow or later this afternoon on everything about Flock and my experience and everything. So thank you for coming along. Thank you for supporting me, supporting this channel, and just being interested in what I make. I am loving being part of this community, and I can't wait to just get more inspiration. I feel so inspired right now, coming out of Flock Fiber Festival, and having just done this myself, I feel really inspired to just be working hard and creating and loving making and crafting with fibers. So yeah, thank you for coming along. See you soon.